Hello and welcome. I'm super excited for today. I'm sorry I couldn't make more videos when my dad was in town. I decided to use the time to actually relax and recover. I have some really exciting news after this weekend that I'd love to share with you. And I was going to do the Painted World of Ariamis. I am still working on it, but something came up, and we have to discuss it first. So Mr. Gregorian, who I've been working with, he's been sponsoring my woke content more than anything. He reached out and said Nuka-Cola Crystal Flat wanted to add a new thing to their sponsorship line, and he wanted me to demonstrate it on camera for you. So he sent me this. It's supposed to be like a isotope. I think it's like an isotope or an amino acid or something. He said it was radioactivated. I'm not really sure what that means, but we're gonna go ahead and I got my Nuka-Cola Crystal Flat, and we're gonna go ahead and just I think they sell these in the stores. I don't know. He mailed it to me. It was in a unmarked brown package. Well, I don't know if he actually used USPS now that I think about it, because there wasn't a return address. It was just kind of left on my porch. It dissolves pretty easily, it looks like, but just for good measure, don't tell my dad I'm doing this. He's going to be real upset with what I'm doing with his $40 screwdriver. And, yeah. Ew. I'll go ahead and say that's residual Craftsman oil and not necessarily the, whatever that was. I didn't feel great. But anyway, I wanted to share with you, I thought for sure that the trans mice story was going to get me in a lot of trouble. I mean, when you break NDAs with the government, you don't necessarily know what they're going to do. And then the next thing you know, I'm up in DC protesting. So obviously my name's probably on a list. I don't know who saw my sign up there, but just in case anything happens, I want you all to know that I absolutely love you. By the way, keep an eye out on your close friends today. It's the Ides of March, and that means the Dark Souls Woke Extravaganza submission window is open. We had a question about whether or not signups could continue, and I think we should allow as many entries as possible during this window. So, to simplify everything, if you fill out the form in the description with your, I think you give me the PayPal, and then your YouTube, so I can link those two. You can participate. We have, I think, 2 weeks. And again, this is not to say that, we're gonna make it so that anything's more difficult than the other. We want to maximize participation, and I don't know. Sticky Basket isn't necessarily just me. I mean, I'm only Chloe, and I think Sticky Basket is more of an idea that lives on within all of us. We all carry around information at all times of what we find valuable in the world. It's a lot like that Andrew Loomis quote. And it's not necessarily the way in which everything is remembered perfectly, but the way in which our minds compose it for us to comprehend that makes it truly beautiful. We're able to transmit messages using our words. We're able to use technology to transmit our messages wirelessly. We're able to have technology listen to our conversations so they can sell us things we want. Because, I mean, I know all of my friends are fans of receiving targeted ads. Just like me. And Nuka-Cola Crystal Flat, truly a refreshing taste of isotope power. He didn't give me a tagline. Again, it came in an unmarked bag. I don't know. So normally I really like Monster Energy drink because it tastes like a 9-volt battery, but that tastes like the liquid inside the 9-volt battery. When I say it tastes like a 9-volt battery, it's when you lick a 9-volt battery, it has a very particular sensation it makes on the tongue. I equate that sensation to similar in taste to sour. So when I like a 9-volt battery and I say Monster tastes like a 9-volt battery, it means it like charges up my tongue. It's a good thing. This tasting like battery acid, my teeth, even though I have numerous fillings from dentists repeatedly saying I had cavities when I didn't, and then grinding out chunks of my teeth only to fill it with some sort of metal oxide of some kind. So there is metal in my mouth, but this being some kind of... that hurts. It's not like good battery taste, it's like bad battery taste, you know? Like, okay, just... if you were looking at like a power plant for a nuclear waste factory where like they just make nuclear waste and they shoot green goo into the lake or whatever. Oh, there's no factories that do that? Yeah, there are actually. We have American cities that have been condemned due to radioactive activity. Believe it or not, look up at the Great Lakes. Some of the canals built up there. Interesting names, by the way. But what you got to look at is that we do pump into our environment these radioactive elements. So when I talk about like, oh, Monster Energy tastes like how I imagine a radio waste factory would like taste. Like when you see that green goo oozing out that you see on like, it's like the Nickelodeon slime or whatever. And it's like, oh, I wonder what that tastes like. I always imagine it tastes like Monster Energy drink because it's the same color, right? But there's no real evidence of that. I'm sorry, that doesn't... I'm not sure I should continue drinking this. So I was saying it's the Ides of March, so if you have any close friends that you sort of depend on for their support in your close circle, keep an eye on them because, I mean, it was a little while ago, but there was a story of a guy, his name was Caesar, and his best friend, Brutus, he betrayed him, and so now everyone pronounces his name as Caesar. And we got a place called Little Caesar's Pizza. And you look at the portrayal of the Roman Emperor Caesar, and you just ask yourself, is this the guy who really liked salad? Is this what we're supposed to become? Or are we supposed to become like Caesar, leaders of the Roman Empire? Are we supposed to just live our lives as if we're little peons in other people's factories, generating more worth than we know what to do with, and then having that productivity scraped off us by the filthy capitalists? Or are we meant for something more? Are we meant to be sponsored by Nuka-Cola Crystal Flat with additives provided by Edward Gregorian? I don't know. But let me tell you, it's a good life. When I first started making these videos, I thought to myself, if only I can entertain people for a little bit. And now I have a little tournament coming up. It's not a real tournament, but like, feel free to participate. We're having a ball. That's what we're having. And I would love if you all could take that ball, upload your sticky basket videos, what it means if you could say something anonymously. You can still be yourself, but you can be yourself anonymously. You don't have to do it with all the rigmarole of what the social constructs of the world put on you. You don't have to be a man or be a woman. You can be as you are. You can just exist because you are welcome here, my friend. And I love you. And thank you so much for joining me. If you get the opportunity, I'm going to get the name from Edward Gregorian and get some of this for you, huh? Oh. I better cut the video there. But I appreciate you joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'm gonna go find a doctor, if that's okay with you. Love you. Bye.